should have got like headphones or something to listen.
What's it going to be live on?
Everything. Oh, they may be able to hear us right now. Hello, hello, if you can hear us. Be live on everything. Oh, they may be able to hear us right now. Hello, hello, if you can hear us. Be live on. They may be able to hear us right now.
It's just going to be on a loop. That's fun. It's just Morgan. She's watching. Hey, Morgan.
One. Hey everybody, welcome to Meaty Meet in our new location, our new temporary
location.
And you heard the heavy breathing. That was Thad.
It was one of us. It was one of us.
Can you guess who?
Both of our stomachs were growling.
Yes, you could hear us talking. But we're glad you're here.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here for the kickoff of season 2 of Meaty Meet. Always with the technological issues, but it's all good. We're glad that you're here. We're thankful you're here. This is a just temporary location just for tonight to check some things out, see what's going on. Let us know what you think here. Some really cool things though. We've got a couple new cameras, so we can have different view sets. Just matters how straight we sit and different things to see if we're good.
Posture.
Yeah, we can come over to our different cameras. Hey Thad, say hey to everybody.
Hey,
everybody. Hey, there I am. Hello, hello, hello. There we both are. I mean, we're moving up in the game. We're
almost
nearly
professional. Almost professional.
Yeah, it's professionally amateur.
Yep.
And I was gonna say, hey, we're almost a real show at this point.
Almost.
So one of the steps to us becoming a real show is no real show is really a show without seasons.
Yeah, there you go. We had our pilot, and we had however many, and then we're going to have another season opener, the premiere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Season 2, Ep 1, pilot.
There you go.
Number 2. I don't think they really have pilots in season 2 though.
No, they don't. They just go with it.
I
They
think
call
it's
it a pilot. You know why they call it a pilot?
Yeah.
This is the first time it's on the air.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. That's good. Appreciate that there, Thad.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we are super excited about season 2. We have a lot in store for you. We also have a couple surprises, and so we wanted to take about a half hour tonight. That's meant to be a joke, right? I mean, have we ever taken a half hour?
We've tried.
Whose fault could this be?
We've tried to take a half hour. We don't do very well.
Yeah. Hey, drop us some comments. Let us know if you can hear us okay, because we got a different mic set up. So we're super excited. But we have a couple surprises. We wanted to take a half hour tonight and just explain to you what Meaty Meet's going to be like during this particular season. Just talk about some of the things that we're going to talk about, that we're going to study, opportunities that you guys have as our viewers, our loyal viewers here. We appreciate you, and we're going to let you know some different opportunities that you have as well to get some input into the show. I don't know, maybe even get a t-shirt. That's cool. I'd like a t-shirt.
It would look cool on a t-shirt.
Meaty Meet on a t-shirt?
Yeah.
Meaty Meet on a t-shirt.
Maybe it wouldn't even be the logo. Maybe it'll be something else.
You could have like a...
Whatever I can think
Could
of.
be a t-shirt made of bacon. You know it's a real thing?
Is it really?
I think there's a dress made of bacon. Like one of those fashion shows where they wear all the weird stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's one, I can't remember who did it, made one of, raw meat, something like that. Weird.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Or maybe we'll just give you a pack of bacon.
Pack of bacon.
Or steak.
This is better. Let's stop giving them stuff, and we'll start accepting gifts. After all, it is better to give than to receive.
That's
we are
right.
giving you the opportunity to give.
Yeah, there you go.
So if you'd like to give us a pack of bacon, or a ribeye steak, or a Meaty Meat shirt, or mask, we're good with any number of those things.
Did you know they sell, and I know there's not like a Costco around here. I checked last night, it's like 76 miles away. They sell A5 Wagyu at Costco now.
Yeah, Wagyu is the...
It's like the pinnacle of beef.
Of steak meat or whatever.
Yeah.
Hamburger meat. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get on into Meaty Meat, Thad. Enough wasting these people's time. Okay, let's get in there. Hey, we love you guys. We missed y'all during our break. We kind of took that break to plan, think about what we're going to do, and then we thought, hey, this would be a great starting point for a couple different reasons. Today, May 4th, being a great starting point, and I'm going to kind of let Thad explain some of that.
So today is a special day for my family, and it is kind of what inspired the theme of season 2 to be. So we've got 15-ish episodes. 15 episodes, each of them is going to be focused on a different thing, like always. But the reason today is special, and the reason that this season is going to have a special theme to it, is because today is my brother's birthday. My brother passed away when he was 18 in October, and today, his birthday, he would have been 27. And so to kind of celebrate his life and his ministry and his birthday, we decided to make the theme of season 2 for Meaty Meet Take a Moment. If you don't know what Take a Moment is a web series or a web show, YouTube show that my brother did when he was younger, and he would kind of just go through what was on his mind, or something that he had been studying about, or something that he had been thinking about, and so that's going to be the theme of season 2 of Meaty Meet is Take a Moment. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a different topic each night, like prayer or loving or teaching or all kinds of different things. We have several, but it's going to be take a moment to do one of those things. Take a moment to pray, right? And we'll talk about the importance of prayer. Take a moment to give, and we'll talk about the importance of giving. Take a moment to love someone, and we'll talk about the importance of loving each other and New Testament biblical command of loving, and the examples that we see in Scripture. So that's the plan for season 2 of Meaty Meet. We're really excited about it. I think it's a good way for us to learn and to grow together, and also to celebrate a great minister and a great young man that was my brother. So today's his birthday, so that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Tate. Right.
Yep.
Tate. Happy birthday, Tate. I'm really glad that Thad's included me in part of this, being able to honor him and being able to honor his life's work and being able to teach and pick up sort of that teaching inspired by his series, Take a Moment. And as a matter of fact, you can go on YouTube and find his Take a Moment channels. Here's a shout out. It's on your mom's YouTube channel. Yeah, it's on my mom's
YouTube channel.
yeah. So your mom's YouTube channel. Let's see. I think I have it here. I know the sound's a little wonky here. I think it's kind of echoey. But we will get that fixed.
It'll get better
the next time.
This is the first episode. We're not going to stay here. We're going to move somewhere else, maybe. We're going to have a different setup. And that's something else we need to talk about, too. Yeah. It's on my mom's YouTube channel. My mom, hey, Mom, I know she's watching. Hey. If you want to look them up and you want to watch them, my mom's name is Jamie Williams. And I don't think there's a specific YouTube channel name. I think it's just Jamie Williams.
Jamie Williams. If you type in Jamie Williams, Take a Moment, you'll be able to find the different series. As a matter of fact, and if you go to Thomaston Road Church Christ YouTube channel, you can check out who we're subscribed to, and we just subscribed to Jamie Williams. So you guys can check that out. And as a matter of fact, what we're going to do here, if I can figure this out here,
put it up on the TV.
Yeah, we're up there. And hey, why don't we all just take this moment to listen to Take a Moment.
Let's see if we'll be able to hear it.
Let's see if we can get it where we can hear it.
Oh, the TV's not on. Where's the remote?
We'll have to figure that out. Hold on 1 second.
We're still learning.
Yeah.
It's gonna get better.
Stay tuned with us here. Here we go. I think this will work out better.
Take a moment where we will take just a brief moment to discuss something from the Bible, or maybe we will answer a question that we as Christians might like to have answered, or maybe we'll discuss biblical solutions to challenges or difficulties that we as Christians might face in our everyday walks with Christ. Our topic that I've chosen for us to discuss for just a moment today comes from Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6, when it says, "And without faith it is impossible to be well-pleasing unto him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is the rewarder of them that diligently seek after him." And this is a fantastic verse. And there are so many things that we can pull from this verse that we can talk about, that we can discuss. But what I want us to focus on today, we can find in the latter half of this verse. When it says, "For he that cometh to God must believe that he is." It's really simple. We have to believe that God is. We have to believe that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, Genesis 1:1. We have to believe that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, John 1:1. We have to believe that God is. We have to believe in the existence of an almighty, all-powerful God. And we have to believe that God created all that exists, and that he is the king and the ruler over all that exists. Without faith, it is impossible to be well-pleasing unto God. And we can't have that pleasing faith unless we first believe that God is. I thank you for taking a moment with me, and Lord willing, I'll catch you here next Wednesday on Take a Moment. I'll see you then.
All right, so there's Take a Moment here, and yeah, awesome. So Thad, we like I was saying, I really appreciate the fact that I get to be a part of this series where we get to take a moment, and Thad was mentioning some of the things that we're going to go over this season. So let me just kind of, I guess, lay those out. Beginning next week, Lord willing, if we get to keep doing this each Tuesday, we may take a Tuesday here or there off. Things like Camp Canaan, which is coming up soon. Awesome, a couple weeks away. But episode 1 is going to focus on prayer. We're going to talk about prayer and dive into some deep content, biblical content about prayer, and maybe even talk a little bit about how to develop our prayer life.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about studying.
Well, with prayer though, it's like it was something that I kind of found surprising about that. And I'm not gonna say too much, but one of the things I found to be surprising about that is a lot of people actually like they don't know how to pray. Like it may be like shocking, but especially like new Christians or people who are just finding their way into the faith, they don't know how to pray. They don't know how to go to God. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to pray about, and they don't know how to say it. And so that's one of the things. If you're one of those people, then hey, you're watching the right show. So
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with that. That's absolutely fine because it's something that it's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Tricky, you know. Because it's something that's so serious, and you want to make sure you do it right,
Yeah.
And so that's something that we're going to dive into.
Definitely. So we're going to talk about prayer, and one of the things that I think about that you're just mentioning is just the development of how to begin a prayer life and how to develop a prayer life and what that prayer life means to us. And so that's it's going to be a really great study. And then we're also going to talk about studying. We're going to talk about not necessarily how to read the Bible and study the Bible, but what impact that could have in our daily lives and why it's so important to do each and every day and take opportunity advantage of doing that. Episode 3, we're going to talk about the new covenant law of love and kind of what all of those words mean, because that's a lot of words that we just mentioned there, and so we're going to talk about that and talk about this idea of love and what love means, especially in relation to what Jesus says about love in the New Testament. So we'll look at the greatest commands there, and that's going to lead us into a discussion in the next couple weeks, namely, how do you love? How do you show love? What does that look like? And so we'll talk about a couple different topics there. Episode 4 will be about sharing. Episode 5 about caring. Like little rhyming there. That's a little preacher rhyme for you. Here's another one, Thad. Episode 6 will be about giving. Episode 7 about serving. Little ings there. Couple rhymes.
Little ings.
Little ings there. So giving and serving and all those things, demonstrating our love through all of those different qualities. Scripture talks about all of those things, and Jesus has a lot to say about those things, especially things like, hey, if you don't, help out the orphans and the widows and give to the poor, you can't inherit the kingdom of heaven. And so we're going to talk about some of those passages, especially in Matthew, where Jesus encourages us and commands us to give back the same way that we have been given to, and how that demonstrates this idea of love. And then that's going to transition us into not just loving one another, but the idea of loving God, and what we do in our love for God, what we do to demonstrate our love for God is worship Him. So episode 9 is going to be about worship. All right, now if you're following along, I'm not sure I was even following along, but if you're following along, I went from episode 7 to episode 9. That's because in episode 8 we have this sort of break in the season, and there's going to be a break, but we're going to have an episode, and that's where you come in. And so, Thad, you want to tell us about that, what's going to happen during that break?
So we're going to take a break during the first, what you said, 9 or 7? 7. During the first several episodes, what we want you to do as our viewers is we want you to send us questions. Maybe not in the comments. You can send them in the comments, but you can email us. You can ask us in person. You can send us a piece of paper. Any way that you want to send us a question. We want you to ask questions, and we're going to research those questions, and we're going to do a questions and answers episode of Meaty Meet. And we're going to try our best to answer your questions. And that will be sort of like our Q&A break until we get back on track to, the whole Take a Moment theme. But that will be your opportunity to participate. Any questions you have, any, especially scriptural questions you have, especially about the things that we've talked about leading up to that episode, send them in, and we'll try to answer them on the episode.
Yeah, so that's going to be a super exciting opportunity for you to be able to send in those questions. A little bit different than the way we did it last season, because last season we tried to field questions during the show. The only thing with that is we have like 5 different platforms this show is going out on, and there's like a 10-second lag between the time you ask questions and the time we say stuff. And I talk really fast, so oftentimes I might be on to the next thing before I get your question or comment. We'll still monitor the questions and comments just like I'm doing right now, monitoring those things. By the way, since I am monitoring, Morgan, thank you so much for dropping in the YouTube channel, and this one specifically, I think, is Tate's YouTube channel that he did. So
yeah,
the link she dropped in there.
I think the majority of the Take a Moments are on my mom's, but I think there might be some on Tate's.
Okay.
So that's my girlfriend.
Yeah, cool.
She's
Awesome.
cool.
Yeah, thanks, Thad's girlfriend. There you go. So, yeah, that's super. We appreciate that. So we will monitor those comments, but we want to make sure that we try to get as many questions and comments fielded as possible. So you have the opportunity to email us those comments, preacher@trcoc.church, or let's just make this even more simple. You can email Todd@trcoc.church, or you can email Thad@trcoc.church. And you can be able to ask us any questions you have in regards to either the things we've talked about, or maybe you just have a random question that you would like answered in that Q&A. And the Q&A might be a little bit longer episode, just depending on what questions we have.
Yeah.
Or it could be a very short episode.
I mean, maybe. Because like,
right?
We can't answer any of your questions, sorry.
Yeah. So after the Q&A break, we'll go straight on over into episode 9. And talk about worship, and that's going to move us into a discussion about the things that we do during worship and as we worship God. So we'll talk about singing in episode 10, reading scripture out loud. You know, there's this verse in 1 Timothy talking about how men ought to read and pray in public, and so we'll do that in episode 11. We'll talk about thankfulness in episode 12. In episode 13, I'll save that for just a minute. It's going to be a special episode, but that comes with the next surprise we're gonna introduce. And then episode 14 will be fellowship, and episode 15, as we're like winding down this busy summer and we're going really fast and everybody's kind of tired, we had this idea of taking a moment to breathe and reflect on everything we've talked about, on life in general, and just all that we're doing. So that's going to be our season. That's the season of Meaty Meet, and we're super excited about season 2 of Meaty Meet. We're super excited about you being a part of that, and hopefully developing even more viewers so that they can hear the Word of God, especially the content that we'll be producing and putting out there through this show.
Should we tell them? Are we going to tell them about?
Oh, the big surprise.
Yeah. Okay. So
or the two big surprises.
Yeah.
So that's what you're referring to. So there's really 2 big surprises, and we're just going to pull you in for the next 9 minutes, because then it'll be a half hour and 9 minutes. 2 really, really big surprises. What should we do to
we're just
reveal
stalling.
these big surprises here?
It'd be cool if we had Jeopardy music. Like this.
Does anybody have any guesses as to what our big surprises are?
I'm sure Morgan knows.
Okay, here we go. One of our big surprises was seen last week, and one of them will be seen within the coming weeks.
Yeah, Sunday.
And
Sunday?
yeah, and so big surprises here. Super excited about these surprises, and these surprises will be joining us.
Yeah, you're used to us being a duo.
The show, a duo to a quadruplet. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no
know.
idea. Okay. I think we've worn that off. We've lost viewership now. So, anyways, okay. Big surprises. We're super excited about this. We are getting an intern for the summer. Oh wait, 2 interns for the summer. Woo! So awesome. So excited. We're gonna have a youth intern, and we're hopeful. We're prayerful that we'll have a connections intern. We definitely have our youth intern.
We do have our youth intern.
Okay.
Philip is confirmed.
All right.
We'll be here in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay, so our youth intern will be here in 2 weeks, May 23rd?
May 23rd.
May 23rd. So we're super excited. Reach out to him. We'll probably make a post in the next day or two with a nice picture of Philip. If you're watching, you can check that out and congratulate him. We're super excited about him coming in as our youth intern for the summer. And this weekend we have a guy coming in to interview, his final interview process for an internship that we're calling a connections internship, sort of like an associate ministry internship type thing. And a big hope in bringing this intern in is helping develop and grow in our media outreach and our connections of connecting church members to church and also connecting church to community and different things like that. And a huge component to that is going to be our media stuff. So like that Echo you hear tonight, maybe in a month it'll be gone because we'll have all the equipment expertise that we need for that. So we have a guy coming in this weekend. We're really excited about him to come, for him to come in and meet everybody. And if all works out well, in about 3 or 4 weeks, we'll have 2 interns here to be able to work with us for several weeks throughout the summer. And one of the things that Thad and I talked about was wanting, they don't know this yet, but wanting them to be a part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So Thad and I will do the first couple weeks by ourselves, the 2 of us. We'll do the last couple weeks, the 2 of us. But then, right smack dab in the middle, as we talk about all these other things, we will have these 2 interns in on us.
I know we'll have one
as well.
We'll definitely have one on week 3. And
okay, yeah.
I can say we definitely will because he don't have a choice.
He's gonna be here.
He's gonna have to be
whether he
here.
likes it or not. Yeah. So yeah, isn't that awesome? I'm super excited about teaching that and the insight that they'll be able to bring from their perspectives, and you'll get a few others to share this time of teaching and learning with.
And that's something else to look forward to is eventually this set is gonna look really cool. Like we're gonna get it all set up. We're gonna get it looking real cool. We're gonna get a lighting set. We're gonna have like this neat table because we gotta fit 4 of us. We can't fit 4 of us right here. I mean, maybe we could, but we don't want to. The show is gonna look even better. It's gonna look better than it ever has. And we're gonna have 2 more members, temporary, but they'll come around. Because we're always gonna have a youth intern. Hopefully, we'll always have a connections intern. So something to look forward to each year is where we add 2 more members.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be really exciting. We're really like moving forward with this, and gaining a lot of progress, and moving it up, making it better. Because look at us now. We have like 5 camera angles. We didn't have that to begin with. It was just me and Todd.
Isn't that cool?
The only other camera angle I could get is if my laptop was here and I picked it up to right here. So we really are moving up. I'm excited about it. I know Todd's excited about it. We really want y'all to get excited about it. Tell people to tune in and watch because it's really gonna be great.
Yeah. So those are our surprises. Those are the things that we want you to be able to do to provide some input and the things that we'll be learning over this next 14, 15 weeks or so throughout the summer. And hopefully the goal is that we can grow spiritually together. And that's really what the Lord desires for us to do. There in the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus talks about prayer, which we're going to talk about next week. And we know from the discussion in Luke that at another point he offers a very similar prayer after the disciples ask him, Lord, can you teach us how to pray? And he says, Our Father who art in heaven, holy is your name. You are other and set apart. Holy, blameless, pure. Holy is your name. He says, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth just as it is done in heaven. And he continues on this prayer, but I just want to focus on that first part as we close up tonight. This is some of the meat that we get from tonight. Jesus' whole desire in bringing this kingdom to this world was that the Father's kingdom come and his will be done on earth just as it is done in heaven. And we want to strive every single day to be spiritual people, to be people who are heaven bound. And that means that we are fulfilling the will of the Father. So we have to make sure that our will aligns with His will, and that everything we do and everything that we say and everything we think is beginning to mold in line with what the Father desires from us. Now, sometimes we try to fit God into a box of what we desire Him to be, but we need to be the ones who need to be molded, who need to be shaped, so that we can become what God desires us to be. And so, in order to be the answer to the prayer Jesus taught, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth just as it is in heaven, in order for us to be that answer, we have to be willing to be convicted and committed, to die to ourselves so that we can live for Him, and to fully give our lives over to Christ to live exactly the way that God's will intends us to live. And if we do that, then we'll just be a little bit closer to heaven with each day we live this life. And I don't know about you, but I know for me, I know for Thad, I know for our desires, we do want to be in that heavenly home. And I believe you do too. And so we all want to use these platforms, these opportunities to be able to grow in Christ, to be able to live more like Him, to be able to learn about His Word, because as we learn His Word, we become more like Him every single day. And so this summer, what we're going to do to become more like Christ is slow down from the daily grind. And each Tuesday, we're going to take a moment to study about these different disciplines and ideas and scriptural references to how we are guided to pray the same prayer that in our lives, our prayer is, Our Father who is in heaven, holy is your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth just as it is in heaven. Thad, you got anything else for us?
I got nothing. I think we did exactly 30 minutes.
Well, that was the promise.
Yeah.
That was the goal. It's a whole new season, whole new Todd, a whole new Thad.
We'll see how long it lasts.
We are going to try to stick to our intended goals.
So it's 7 o'clock. We got to get off like right now.
We've got to get off. All right, guys. Y'all have a great night. Join us next Tuesday as we begin Meaty Meet, Episode 1, Prayer. We look forward to being with you then. Good night.